Good day, collective. I am Sarah B, and you're tuning into Just Be Tarot. Thank you for your amazing energy today, and thank you for your awesome spirit, and thank you for clicking on like and hanging out with me, and also hitting that subscription button and that notification bell that will let you know when I am going live or posting new readings. I was just shuffling for the overall energy for this reading, a collective love reading. Something different this week, and I'm hoping that you find some answers to your questions. And this is for everyone's general reading, not personal, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. And of course, it is timeless, so whenever you're finding this, it is meant for you to find. All right, we have a few that jumped out already, so let's see. Let me put my glasses on, which I should have done earlier. So sorry about that. All right. So we have moment. It says, think of a special moment that brought you much joy with your partner. We have Cupid. Love is in the air when Cupid is around. 1111. 1111 is an important number for twin flames. It symbolizes the harmony and balance of soul counterparts. So mirroring each other, having that mirror counterpart within your energy. And rekindle. Every relationship has magical moments that can be rekindled. Now, is that something you want? That is the question. Rekindling. An old flame. Now I was actually cleaning out my screenshots from my cell phone, and last night, and I was thinking, I was seeing this saying that said, if you relight a cigarette, it never tastes the same. And I was like, and the same thing goes for rekindled relationships. Now, how true is that? When you get back together with somebody, will it be the same? And I think it matters if you've done the work. If you put in the work for healing and for growing, knowing that it takes two people to mess up a relationship, not just one, and you both go on a healing journey, and when you're ready to come back to each other, you do, with a fresh idea of what your partnership is supposed to look like. Not just, we're going to pick up where we left off, or this should look exactly the same as it was when we were together before, or, why does this feel different? Nothing's the same. Well, that's because it's not supposed to be. You're supposed to grow. You're supposed to change. You're supposed to evolve through your relationship. It's not going to be the same. You're not going to have that same comfort, especially if a situation happened between you. If you're rekindling, that means you broke up. And for whatever reason, you're trying to connect on those special moments that you had before. You realize that it might be worth connecting or reconnecting or solving our issues. But it also takes a lot of work on both energies to do that. So, rekindling. So I feel like somebody might be coming towards you wanting to rekindle that relationship that you maybe once had, or sees you as you've grown and become your own person, and how you treat people now being the way you treated people then. So I feel like this could be something positive, but it's not always what you expect. It's not going to go back to the same way it was. If that's what you're expecting, then you need to change that mindset. It's going to be different, but can you find the love within this person with that mindset is the question. It's all about free will. Nobody's saying that you have to rekindle anything. Especially if you're not able to. If you did the growing and they didn't, or vice versa, then sometimes you're just not able to find that spark that was once there. Now we have 1111. This is a reflection of your soul. This could be a twin flame energy, as it mentions here. This could also mean stability, having stability in a relationship, this being your person, you having and building that solid foundation. Because remember, the Four of Wands means that solid foundation. Fours are, you know, what really brings you back into, you know, are your foundations there, your structure, coming into structured life. Can this person grow with me? Can this person work with me? So these are the questions that I feel like you need to be asking yourself. Now, if it's a twin flame and you have that twin flame energy, twin flame is going to be a little painful. So if you have that twin flame coming back into your life, which you very well may, because they come and go. There's sometimes months, maybe years that you don't see them. There's no connection with them. And then they come back into your life and they play a major role. And then they kind of leave again. And until you guys are on the same level, then that's when you'll actually be together. But until then, you're just going to keep learning from each other, learning lessons from each other, taking away lessons and healing from each other. And once you are on the same level and you've both put in the work and done the healing and are both see each other the same way, that's when you're going to be able to be in a relationship and just help each other to grow and heal together rather than being separate entities. Now we have a Cupid. Love is in the air when Cupid is around. So I feel like you have an energy of love coming towards you, or an energy of love might be already with you. This might be somebody that you're in a relationship with or have spent a lot of time with. This could be somebody that you're in a seasoned relationship with. So good for you. This could be years of marriage. This could be years of dating. And you really, guys, you're solid. You guys are together for a reason. Cupid is in your energy and people are seeing this. And I just heard relationship goals. Hashtag relationship goals. So maybe your relationship goals for somebody, or people like look at you like that's the type of relationship that I want to have. So you might be actually, maybe you are somebody's Cupid is what I just heard. Like you're an example of somebody's Cupid, how they want your relationship to be. And now we have moments. Think of special moments that brought you and your partner together. And there's always that special moment that you can look back on and realize that, you know what, this is a really beautiful day for us. Or, you know, when you said this, it made me really think like you really cared about me, and that's how I knew that I was falling, or something along those lines. Or when you you know, grabbed my waist and led me through the crowd, or something like along those lines. It's always a moment or a special thing that happened that you kind of reminisce about and talk about for years, of how you found that joy, how the spark actually became into a flame. So you're reminded to reflect back on that. You know, when you're sitting around your fire pit and you're sipping on your hot cocoa or your cocktails, think of the stories that brought you guys together. I think Spirit's calling you to do some reminiscing, to, you know, walk down memory lane with your person, to remind yourselves of the things that brought you together, the things that, you know, made you laugh about each other, the silly things you've done together, what brought you to this point, and how much you share. It's really important to connect and reflect. All right, so let's move on to a different tarot deck. Oh, you know, I was just told let's move on to tarot. Okay, so I am using the Good Tarot, and I read this tarot all in the upright. And I really only use this deck for love readings. So this has got a lot of love energy from over the years of love readings that I've done for people. So let's see what messages Spirit has for you guys. Spirit, what are some messages for the collective this week? Don't forget to click on like and subscribe to my channel. Okay. Okay, so we have Three of Cups, Three of Orders, Three of Cups, and we have love. So I'm already seeing that there's a celebration of love. So there might be a wedding or some kind of celebration coming up where you are able to connect. This might be somebody you're running into at a celebration or a party, so don't say no to those invites this summer. Make sure you're putting yourself out there so people can discover you and really feed off of your energy. So don't be saying no to situations, because I do feel like if you don't have love already, then love is coming in for you. This could be a celebration, a family celebration. It could be with friends. It could be a birthday party. It could be a wedding. It could be a bachelorette party. You can meet somebody, you know, when you're out and about with your girls, or your bachelor party when you're out with your guys. Don't make any excuses, and try to get to everything that you're invited to this season, because I feel like there's going to be some kind of connection there that you're making by putting yourself out there. You know, taking down that wall, being more vulnerable, you know, taming the beast, putting yourself out there, putting all of the other distractions aside. Now we have the Eight of Fire. So 8 of Wands, that means good energy is coming in for you. So I do feel like this, you do have that energy coming in towards you. There's love energy coming towards you. So if this isn't somebody that you have already connected with, this is going to be somebody that you are going to be connecting with. This could also be somebody showing their affection towards you. You may feel like your person takes you for granted, and maybe they don't do a lot of things for you anymore, or you know, it's just a mundane situation that you're in. But I feel like there's going to be something that sparks them to maybe bring home flowers randomly, or do something that you've been asking them to do that they haven't done yet, and they finally, you know, do it. You know, I was thinking honey-do list, you know, can you do this, that, and the other thing? And they start to do it without being told again or reminded again to get on that job. So I feel like that's something to show that they care, something to show that they love. It might not be, you know, the jewelry that you wanted, but it might be their love language to show you how much they care, by knowing that they haven't forgotten, knowing that, yeah, you know, I do want to make her happy or him happy by finishing this project that we started. Okay, so what else? What other messages for our collective for this love reading, Spirit? Shuffling for the collective for this love reading. What love energy is coming in for the collective, Spirit, for this week? Thank you. Some of you have a lot of options. Some of you might be putting yourself out there, is what I heard. Just saw something flip over, maybe not. Some of you are putting yourself out there. Maybe you're on dating apps, making connections. Maybe you're not ready to settle down yet. Maybe you had been in a long relationship and you want to start dating around. You're not ready to settle. You're not sure what you want in somebody anymore. Maybe you've been out of the dating game for a long time and you're trying to discover what it is that you like in somebody, what it is that you don't like in somebody. And these are all lessons you're going to take with you to find your person. This could also makes me think of, just be aware of red flags. Yes, when you really like somebody and you're attracted to somebody, especially on a physical level, you kind of block the red flags when you're first dating. This is a reminder to not do that. Make sure you're looking at everything, because this could also be a card of delusion, people feeding you a lot of BS, you not seeing the truth in something. So just a reminder, if you are dating not just one but multiple people, to just keep an eye out on things that, you know, aren't jiving. It's really important that you don't want to hurt yourself. And if you're afraid of hurting this person, they don't care, because obviously if they're being that way, then they don't care that they're hurting you. So just make sure that you are being smart and asking important questions when you're dating. Right. Or if you're suspicious of somebody, I'm sorry that I even have to bring this up, but if you're suspicious of somebody in your relationship, and, you know, sometimes it's hard to see the red flags in that kind of relationship, make sure you're asking questions. Where have you been? What are you doing? Who are you hanging out with? You know, yeah, it's going to piss somebody off, but I mean, if they're that guilty, they're not going to answer the questions. If they are, they're going to have the answers. And then, you know what? You'll be able to sleep at night a little bit better knowing that. But if things seem off and you feel it in your gut, you have to question what you're feeling in your gut. Your gut is another brain that you have, and your gut knows. So like I said, if you're feeling that way, it's probably there's a reason you're feeling that way. And if this person thinks that, you know, you're being crazy for asking, it's probably because there's a reason. And they could be the reason, a past relationship could be the reason, but there is a reason that you're asking these questions. And maybe if you say like, oh, you know, maybe I was cheated on before, or I see this habit happening. I would love to spend more time with you if you can come home earlier on instead of working late, or maybe you can work from home on these days. I'd love to be in your energy rather than you be at work, you know, working late. So, you know, just because they have to understand where you're coming from too. And if they see and understand that this is because of a past relationship or something, then maybe they will understand. And you know what? Okay, you know what? I get what you're saying. I'm not them, but I want to help you work through this and make it as easy for you to understand as possible. We have the Page of Water. So this could be a new romance coming into your life at some point. I feel like it's in your energy right now. Somebody might have a crush on you. This could also be somebody, maybe you're dating somebody new with a child. And I feel like even if you haven't met this person yet, I feel like this child is going to love your energy. If this person hasn't brought you around yet to your child, that means they want to make it more serious before that. I'm feeling like once they bring their child into your energy, the child's going to fall in love with you. And I think that's why what your person is afraid of, because they know how amazing you are. And they're like, I want to hold off on bringing my child to meet you because I know how much they're going to adore you, probably as much as I do. And I just need to make sure that this is a definite thing before we expose that energy to her, because I don't want her or him, the child, to get hurt. So, you know, you might be kind of sore about, you know, you're not introducing me to your family yet. I don't know why. Well, because there's a reason. And I feel like they're just afraid that, you know, once you're all in, and you can't take that back. And, it's really important for people to be prepared for that, especially when there's, you know, it's an extended family that's involved. Thank you. What do we have here? We have the Six of Air, which is the Six of Swords, and the Eight of Water. Ooh. So there is, for this, there's a certain calmness that's going to be coming your way. This person that you are surrounding yourself with, or that might be coming into your energy, is going to be the type of person who calms you down, who might be be a good person to play the devil's advocate. When you get all riled up and spicy, they might be like, okay, but did you think about it this way? And some of us need that in our lives. In fact, a lot of us need that in our lives if we can't do that for ourselves. So, to get us to think another way, to get us to calm down, to get us to see the resolve in a situation, I feel like this is that person for you. I feel like this person is going to be a safe place and just bring you calm, and their energy brings you calm, and being with them is going to make you a lot stronger. I do also feel like this is somebody that you might have to travel to meet. Maybe you haven't met them yet, and this is somebody that you have to travel or go on a trip, and then you'll meet them there if you're not already with this person. Or this could be somebody that you are traveling with, or you call like your travel buddy or whatever, your travel companion. Maybe there is some maybe they're religious, some romantic, if they're your travel buddy, maybe there is also some romantic, underlying there that you haven't touched upon yet. Okay, so now we have the 8 of Water, which is walking away from a situation. Walking away from a situation because you need to find that other part of you. Now, it's not necessarily meaning a breakup, but it does mean that your person is a little antsy. There's something that's missing in the relationship. This could be children. This could be maybe they never got the chance to finish their schooling. This could be, I don't know, a lot of things. Maybe they want to travel and you don't because you have the child. Maybe you have that family. Maybe you aren't prepared to do that. But this is like all your cups are full on the surface. There's no problems. But there's something missing from a relationship with either one or both of you, and you need to go and experience that. This is fulfilling your dream, and hopefully you're able to fulfill your dreams by communicating what you want and compromising. Maybe in your relationship you have had to put your own needs aside. Maybe you were the caretaker of your children and you put your own needs aside so you could see them fly. And maybe they're all in school now and it's a good time for you to focus on what your dreams are and what you wanted to start when you were younger but didn't have a chance. Or maybe this is something that, your partner wants to do. Maybe they have a dream or a desire that they want to fulfill. And they're coming to you and saying, you know what, I'd love for this to happen, but I need your support. So this could be, the kids are older. I was wondering if you wanted to do this now, and, maybe it's a compromise that you need to make. And if it doesn't work out, you can always make a different decision. But putting it out there and seeing if their dreams, see what their dreams are. But this is about having a compromise, going towards their path. We're all on our own path, but we walk these paths with people who are also on their own path. So it's a time for compromise. We all are, if you have a family, you're on the path together. And sometimes you have to, in certain parts of your lives, okay, it's my turn to make a compromise. Okay, it's your turn to make a compromise. But eventually, hopefully, you'll get to recognize your dreams and take part of that. All right, so let's move on to, we're going to do the Hidden Truth Oracle. Let's see, pull some cards from this one. See if any, I was told to do Romance Angels first. So we'll do these first and then do the Hidden Truth. Alright, Spirit. What do we need from this one? What does the collective need to hear? What does the collective need to hear, Spirit? What messages from this. Thank you. Okay, so first we have trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. So make sure that you have, trust is a huge, it's really what makes a relationship or breaks a relationship is trust. If you can't trust your person, then you might as well get out of that relationship, because if you're constantly questioning, then what is the point? And if you're trusting in your higher power to try to salvage a relationship, you have to put in the work. You just can't say, you know, trust in your higher power to salvage it. There has to be some kind of work put in on your part as well. If you're trying to hope that things work out, it takes more than hope. You have to put in the work. They have to put in the work. And if you're the only one putting in the work and they're not willing to, then you have to make some changes. Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So maybe you're called to not hold back. You know, your wit, your cuteness, get it out there. Somebody else could pick up on it and want to be a part of your life, want to be in that energy. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So once you get that energy out and forgive, then that good energy is going to come back to you and it's going to flow right towards you. I love that. It's going to bring you more love if you clear your past. Let go of things that aren't for you anymore. Even if you haven't heard, I'm sorry. Sometimes forgiveness needs to be had. Okay, let's see if there's anything else in here before I move on. Nope. Okay. All right, Spirit, what about this deck? What does the collective think? These go flying. Thank you. Okay, so I replay our conversations over and over. And that was probably in their head thinking about, I can't stop thinking about you. Somebody pulling back, saying it's time for me to heal now. Somebody needing that energy. Step back for a second because I need time for myself. You know, and if they still are interested and you're not with anybody when they're healed and they're ready to be in a situation with somebody, then it's fated. Spirit's not going to let somebody pass you that was meant for you. I feel you even though we are apart. Sometimes you just have that connection with people and you feel their energy, even though you don't see each other for months. That's a twin flame energy that I was talking about earlier. You don't see each other, there's no connection, but you always feel a connection. I feel you even though you are apart. Like, I feel your energy. I can feel you thinking about me. I know you're thinking about me. I am replaying our conversations over and over. I am, but I need right now for myself. Or this isn't a good time to get together. But that person is feeling you and is thinking about you and does have a connection towards you. But like I said, don't ever wait for these people, because they might never have the vulnerability or the wherewithal to come towards you. So if they can't see that you are amazing and have the kahunas to come towards you, then they never will. So I'm not ever going to tell you to wait for these people. Let them do them, and if it happens that you are not with somebody by the time they get their shit together, then it was meant to be. Thank you. I want you. Yeah, so somebody's out there thinking about you. Somebody's out there. My life is not as together as it seems. See, you might think that they're lying to you about that they're trying to put themselves together, that they're trying to work on themselves, and you're not buying it. But this is a sign that it really is that way. You might think of them as having everything together, but they're trying to work on themselves, which is why they haven't had the time to, maybe they're healing from something, maybe a previous relationship, maybe they're not good talking about their feelings. But keep being a safe place for them. Know that they can come and talk to you when they're ready to. Give out that energy. And if they feel that energy and you're connected enough, then they'll be drawn to you. All right, so I'm going to end the reading here. I hope that, you like this. It's new for me to do love readings like this. So let me know. Give me your feedback. Tell me what you think. You can book personal readings down below. Look in the description box for that information. And I hope to see you again next week when I do this. Let me know your thoughts, your feels on this channel love reading. All right, collective love reading. Thank you, and we'll talk soon. Bye.